Week 13 pickups.
Bub.
YouTube, how's it going? The Goat House is back. We're back over Zoom because somebody had to catch the Rona. Pete. No, it's my fault.
Not
I
me.
I
It was
got the
not
Rona.
Pete.
COVID
Uh,
toe.
COVID toe, yeah, swollen COVID toe. So we're a little delayed. You guys are a little delayed there, but that's all right. We're back every single week with the weekly pick'ems, no matter the circumstances. We got you. Like, subscribe, turn notifications on. Check out our sponsors, GLD Shop, Liquid IV. I'm rocking this Max Crosby pendant from the GLD Shop. Check it out. They got NFL teams and a lot more. Yeah, again, links pinned in the comments for anything you're looking for there. But let's take a look at the standings. Pete's in first with 114. You got Old Yeller 112. I got 111. Junior 107. Dan 103. I think those all those Bears picks are starting to catch up to
I
you
think
guys.
so.
Catch up.
You didn't really notice for a
That'll
bit, but
happen.
Super Picks League, Beef Eater still in first there with 115. The regular Picks League, it's Rod Stradamus at 119, tied with Jonas 119. Super Picks Week 12 winner. Once again was Eric Bouncel, third time this year. But what a guy he is. He DM'd me saying if you want to allow the second place guy to have his picks in instead, get somebody else in there, then he was open to that. So Edward was in second place, and it's funny because Edward Osborne actually won a different week, but he never got back to me with his picks that week, so he wasn't featured in that video. So it kind of worked out perfectly
Works
here.
out.
Yeah, so yeah, but Eric Bonsel's been on fire. His picks aren't in this video because he let Edward have it, but he's been on fire. But all right, I think we're ready to get started here. We got a Thursday night football game. We got the Bills at the Patriots. Who wants to start us off?
Well, first off, I noticed that my name is showing up under Pete, but that's all right. That's okay. At
Oh yeah,
least on my screen.
it's there.
Whatever. We're all right. All right.
There we go.
At least I'm not in last place. Oh, Danny's in last place.
I,
I'm taking the Bills. I'm taking the Bills.
Dan's taking the Bills. Yeah, I got rid of all the names underneath us because I kept swapping where everybody was at, so the wrong person was. So that's why our names aren't there. But we'll live. We'll be all right.
I'm also going to take the Bills. I think that this is going to be a whomping of a game.
Whomping.
You think so?
I do think so, yeah.
The Bills have been struggling lately, but I'm going to take them too, but I don't think it's going to be a whomping.
Didn't the Patriots run it like 30-something times in a row against the Bills last year?
Oh yeah, that snow game. I don't think
Yeah.
it's gonna be that
They-
shitty out. It was like ridiculous snow and winders, or maybe it was the wind that was the main.
I think it
factor.
was wind. It wasn't snow.
Was it? Yeah, I think that's what it was. Old Yeller might be in agreement with Junior here. He says Bills. Mac Jones is gonna suck again because he's not playing against air this week, so he's calling the Vikings defense air. And Old Yeller is going with the Bills, obviously with that. What's Edward going with?
He's going with the Bills.
He's going with the Bills. He's from New Mexico, and he wanted that as
Green
his
chili
icon.
pepper?
Yeah, because it must be a New Mexico thing.
Yeah, they like the green chilies out there.
All right, that's his icon, and so that makes it a guarantee. I'm gonna go with the Bills as well. Patriots defense struggled a little bit last week when they played a better offense. They're going to play a good offense again. They usually struggle at running quarterbacks. Josh Allen could definitely run. Patriots might have figured something out offensively, but Bills defense much better than the Vikings. I think it could be close though. I don't think it's going to be an ass beating. It's in New England. It's Thursday night. Yeah, I think this game could be close, but I'm gonna trust Josh Allen and the Bills just a little bit more here. But I could see the Patriots pulling it off. Who knows? I could see it. But that is everyone for the Bills. Okay. Good stuff. Yeah. Steelers and Falcons.
The delay.
Yeah? I don't even know what you said. Something
Yeah, I
about
just
delay.
did it right there.
Yeah, he
I
did
just
it.
did it right there.
All right, you're up first. I think you're going with the Steelers.
I'm actually taking the Atlanta Falcons here.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
So you must be confident with the Falcons because you're not a Falcons guy. And
I'm not a Falcons guy. That's true. But I'm also not a Pickett guy at this moment.
Not a Pickett guy, he
No,
says.
too many mistakes. I don't like it.
Give me the Steelers. They're getting better. A little sloppy against the Colts. They almost blew it, but they're getting better. TJ Watt's there. He's back for a few weeks, and they've been playing better because I think Pickett's been getting better as well. Pickens has been great. They just got to give him the ball more. I think the Steelers make that extra play on defense compared to the Falcons in this one. I think TJ Watt maybe causes a ruckus there against Mariota. Falcons been a little sloppy in the second half of the year. I'm feeling the Feelers.
I'm taking the Steelers as well. I'm a Steelers guy, as they say. But one of the stats that I saw was that I think the Falcons and just pro pass set plays where it's just strictly a pass where they're trailing and you know it's going to be a fed pass, no play action, no screens. They have a tough time stopping the rush. So I'm expecting Steelers to get a early stop, maybe a touchdown where the Falcons are trailing early and they're going to be in those pass sets where TJ Watt can get after the quarterback.
After the quarterback. I like the Steelers too. I picked them last week and they almost blew it, but like you said, I think they're getting better. I think their offense is getting a little bit better too. I think, Pickett throwing to Pickens is gotta be the thing moving forward. He's gotta get it to his guy there.
What's the champ of the week going with?
He's going with the Falcons.
He's going with the Falcons. All right, Edward with the Atlanta Falcons, joining Junior over there, and
Welcome.
Old Yeller. Steelers in a toss-up game going back and forth on this one, but Pickett might be a little better than I thought. Still not great.
Agree.
So Yeller is going with the Steelers, though, in a back and forth.
We got Junior over there.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Not only with the Falcons, but by himself. Well, with Edward. You got Edward at least, but
Yep.
Yeah.
Guys, it's happening. So
It's happening.
the Falcons got to win one of these tight ones at the end. The Bears don't count. They got to win one of them.
The graphics guys drive me nuts. I don't know why he didn't just do this. Just move these guys up so you're all touching a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Struggling a little bit though.
Yeah, you got it.
All right. Is that everybody for this game?
That's everyone for the game.
That's everyone. Okay. There we go. I didn't like the spaces in between.
There
It still
we
kind of
go.
looks like shit, but that's all right.
We got to get a new graphics guy.
We do got to get a new graphics guy, but all right, there you have it for this game, and we're moving on to the next game.
Bears.
Packers, Bears. Yeah.
All right, hear me out on this one. Hear me out on this one.
I'm with
The
Dan.
Bears are tanking. We're feeling good about it. We're all so happy that we have the second pick at this time. But there's a mental warfare going on between the Packers, who are struggling, and the Bears, whose future has never been brighter. I'm taking the Bears as long as Justin Fields is starting. If Fields is out, we're back in tank mode, baby. And so is Junior.
Simeon versus Love. What if that happens?
Sounds like
then we'll go
Rodgers
for
is
the
playing.
If it's, I was gonna say, if it's Fields versus Rodgers, we're going with the Bears. If it's anybody else, we're going with the Packers.
All right. Well, then I guess I got nothing to say. Thanks, Dan.
You're welcome.
Old Yeller, you guys want to hear Old Yeller's take?
No.
Not really,
No.
but sure.
But I'm going to say it anyways. He went with the Packers. Packers, I don't care which QB plays, even if Fields plays, I don't think they can go back to Justin left, Justin right, Justin up the middle offense.
Hey,
Fair point.
it worked.
Sorry, our defense is
Kinda.
the worst in the league, so there's going to be
True.
points that are scored. It's either Packers are going to score a lot and Bears are going to score none, or Bears are going to score a lot and Packers also score a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Our hot chili pepper's going with the Packers as well.
Hot chili pepper with the Packers, folks. I will take the Packers as well. I think the running back duo has a day. If Fields plays, the Bears can score a good amount of points, though. Could be a shootout. Just going to trust the Packers a little bit more. Trust mainly those running backs, but Aaron Rodgers can make that extra play as well.
Yeah, give me the Packers here.
All
I said I
right.
was done with the Bears after, what was that? What was that? The Falcons?
Falcons?
What was
Well, it was like two in a
We're
row.
tanking. We're
We-
tanking.
we
It's all
have-
right, man. We always got next year.
We blew it by taking the Bears against the Lions and the Falcons. That was just mistakes. They could have had either one. They just couldn't close it out. They probably should have won both, at least one.
Yep, they could have had a lot of these games.
They could be Super Bowl bound right now.
Pretty much, yeah.
Almost, But
Almost.
I had a Bears fan that I know in real life say that he wasn't telling me this. I overheard it say, and he was dead serious that they should be winning the division right now, like because the games that they blew, that if they would have won them all, and they would be winning the division, and that they should be right now. I thought that was funny. It was a little much.
I don't know what that I don't know what that kid is thinking because we literally have the worst defense in the league.
Yeah,
we got our first defensive lineman sack. For the longest time, our safety was leading in sacks. When's the last time you heard that about a Bears defense? It's been a long time.
Been a long time, and they're even more beat up now, so that it makes it easier to pick the Packers too.
It's a very fair point that this kind of goes for any team, though. That if you would have won the games you lost, you'd be winning the division.
That's a fair point.
That's some high IQ right there.
That's true.
That's deep and it's heavy. I know. But
he must be drinking his liquid IV.
Absolutely.
So that wraps it up for that game. We're moving on to the next game. This is a good one. Jags and Lions.
Oof.
Lions been getting better, but did lose last week to the Bills. It was a thriller. The Jags pulled off a comeback against the Ravens. Jags play everybody tight. Like they're like it's almost like they're a good bad team, a bad good team. Both these teams it kind of feels like that. So this is one This might be the toughest game to pick on the year. I think I say that for a game every week, but who wants to start us off?
I like the Lions. Yeah, I like the Lions at Ford Field to get the job done. But I think they, them going on that winning streak, and then they lost a close one to the Bills. Like I'm buying in more to the Lions. I believe in them a little bit more than the Jags. The Jags upset the Ravens. The Ravens haven't been able to finish games. And the Jags I haven't really seen win multiple games in a row, so I'm going to trust the Lions a little bit more.
All right. I was kind of what you said, actually. I was like 50-50 on this game, but the Jags have one road win this year. Lions are at home, and can we trust the Jags to put together a winning streak? Lions played good against the Bills last week, and Romo said it during the game a million times, like the Lions are for real. Like even though no matter what happens the rest of the way, like they're for real. And the Jags are pretty decent too, though. They play well on both sides of the ball. I don't know if ETN's going to play or not. That's a big factor for me. You see Amon St. Brown kind of getting back to playing at a very, very high level since he's been healthy, so that he could be a problem for the Jags perhaps, who play tight defense, but and the big reason the Jags beat the Ravens because the Ravens receivers are so goddamn bad. They're running wrong routes and dropping the ball. I don't think the Lions guys are going to do that. So I'll take the Lions in a squeaker.
I'm also taking the Lions in a squeaker, but this was a toss-up game. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm going with the home team. If the Jags were home, I would be taking the Jags.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at too, because the Jags have struggled away, and they lost I consider even though technically I think it was considered a home game for them in London, but I consider that away game. You have to go on the road, and they lost to the freaking Broncos in London, so that's just not a good look either. But yeah, what's Dan going with?
I'm taking the Lions. What a great situation for the Lions. They got the Rams pick, right? Which is sitting at what, third or fourth?
Yeah, it's one of those, third or fourth.
What a great situation that they're in. That
it's third,
they can
actually,
continue to kind of prove themselves, scoring and trying to win. And right now I think their regular pick is ranked 12th for the draft pick wise, and they have the Rams who just got to keep losing for them to still get a top 5 pick. I like what their Lions are doing. They got some weapons, so going the Lions. Chili Pepper's going with the Lions as well.
They got some guys. Yeah. I'm shocked by this. That
Go ahead.
Every single person is going with the Lions. Old Yeller says Lions at home in the squeaker of the week, so it's kind of on the same page, as everyone. We said the home field advantage is a key factor in a squeaker, so he's not even here, and he's not saying the same thing we're saying. So I'm surprised. I was very close to going Jags, so I'm surprised that no one went Jags here in this one. But two teams they're two teams that you can't really trust to close out games. So who's going to pull it off here? That's what we're waiting to see. But yeah, again, very surprised no one won Jags. Next game.
There's going to be some other ones.
Jets and Vikings here in Minnesota. I think this could be a good game here. I think and the Vikings are the better overall team, obviously, but their defense is so bad right now. It's been bad all year, but they had a little bit of a stretch where they defense was decent, but it's so terrible right now that anybody can score on them, and that's kind of when the Jets lose. It's only, and they've been winning mainly, but it's only because they can't score. They're going to be able to score against the Vikings, and they play some pretty good defense too, so maybe they can slow down the Vikings' solid offense there. I guess the Patriots' solid defense didn't slow down the Vikings' offense really, but a little bit different type of Patriots run a lot of man. The Jets going to run more zone. I think this is almost a 50-50 game. I'll pick the Vikings at home here. I think have that. They're going to make that extra play on offense compared to Mike White's Jets, even though he has the weapons. But I'll take the Vikings, but I can see this one going either way.
You're crazy by saying that. The Bears defense is the absolute worst in the league. The Vikings can actually get after the quarterback. I think the Vikings are going to win an ass beating at home.
Ass beating. I think that's bold of you to say that. I could see the Jets. I think it's a matchup wise. I think it says Jets. I think like I said, the Jets the only way the Jets have been losing this year is when they have not scored enough points. But I think they can score enough points against the Vikings. The way the Vikings lose, they lost twice. Allowing crazy pass rush, I guess, is the reason they didn't score the amount of points that they normally score, which that could happen against the Jets defense. So matchup almost says Jets. It's just I'm going to trust the Vikings offense again to make the extra plays there. But yeah.
I would agree with that last point there. I think that at the end of the day, what offense am I going to trust coming down the field at the end of the game in a tight game? It's going to be the Vikings, 100%. I think Mike White is a huge question mark. I mean,
played good last week,
but he's not going to wow you. He's not going to wow you.
Pete,
he wowed me against the worst.
Yeah, I like the Vikings at home too. Same thing for me. I don't know, Mike White. We've seen him play, but we saw him play last year, and I think he looked good his first week or two that he was in there, and then after that he kind of went downhill a little bit. So I don't know. I think the Vikings should have a good game plan for him. They do a good job running some different type of zone coverages, and it didn't fool good quarterbacks like Dak Prescott, but I think they could get to Mike White a little bit.
I mean, Mac Jones lit him up. For some odd reason, the Vikings have been running more man lately, and that's why they've been beat up at corner. To me, that doesn't make any sense, but yeah, they're still primarily a zone team. But what's the Edward going with?
He's got Vikings.
Okay, he went Vikings, and Old Yeller is going to go Vikings, and he says Vikings hoping they can outscore the Jets because they can't stop shit. Okay. He wrote me like a 20-page paper this week too, so I can't wait to see
Nothing last week.
He was busy last week. It was just straight up picks. Besides, it was 49ers go, Jimmy go, and that kind of worked out. They won mainly because their defense. But all right, that's everyone for the Vikings. All right. Took the graphics guy a little bit to get those off there. Division rival game: Commanders, Giants. Commanders hot. The Giants starting to lose now. Commanders fortunate maybe to pull off that Falcons game though. They clutched up on defense, but it looked like the Falcons were going to win that for a second there. Who wants to start us off?
Crazy to think
Chase Young back.
Oh,
go ahead.
Question. Did you hear me? I said, is Chase Young back?
Chase Young, we don't know yet. Every week they say this could be the week, and I've heard from somebody that maybe he doesn't come back, but I don't know yet if he's Tuesday night. We don't know yet if he's playing.
Last week they came out and said like illness, but it was super weird because he was coming off an injury.
Yeah,
so
I thought he was going to play last week.
I'm taking the Commanders.
Yeah.
Give me the Commanders.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the Commanders with you as well.
Let's go.
It's crazy to think that whoever wins this game, I mean, one of these teams is gonna end up with 8 wins after this, 8-5 or 8-4, which is
Yikes.
Which is wild.
Yeah.
You see the playoff picture had the whole NFC East going to the playoffs.
It's good stuff. All right, so
Yeah.
Pete went with the Commanders as well. The graphics guy was sleeping for a
Mhm.
second. Was Dan going with?
I'm gonna take the Giants at home. I'm thinking they're gonna have a heavy dose of Saquon and what do they call him? Danny Vick over there. Danny Dimes.
White
Danny
Vic?
running the ball a lot.
Vanilla Vic?
Yeah.
Vanilla Vic.
Vanilla Vic.
Vanilla Vic.
I think they're gonna stick to a heavy run game, and just kind of keep the clock moving. It's gonna be a low scoring game. I'm taking the Giants at home. Chili Peppers taking them as well.
Ooh. Split
Chili
so
Pepper.
far. Let's see. This is a tough one. The Giants get some reinforcements back here. Some guys coming back healthy. So they could win the game. I just love the way the Commanders' defense is playing right now. But the big factor is the Giants cannot stop the run. The Commanders are pretty damn good, especially lately, running the football, led by Brian Robinson and Antonio Gibson. So I think that's the difference there. I don't think the Commanders' defense won't allow the Giants' offense to do a whole lot. And that running game of the Commanders will control the clock, control the game. So that's why I'm feeling the Commandos. Old Yeller Commandos. I never thought the Giants were for real.
Mm.
Okay. So
You
there
just
you
hurt the feelings of all the Giants fans.
Yep. So there you have it. 4-2 split. Good old 4-2. Next game. Oh, the Titans and the Eagles. Titans coming off loss to the Bengals. Eagles coming off a shootout win against the Packers. This should be an interesting
Can I
one.
kick this one off?
What's that?
Can I kick this one off?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, there was a part of me that wanted to take the Titans until I saw Pete was not wearing his chain. So I'm for sure.
I was saving
I
that.
wore the chain last. I wore the chain last week. They lost.
Was it backwards?
It was backwards.
No,
That's the first time it's failed. Wow.
I'm still taking the Eagles. I think the Eagles are going to get back to it. I think it's going to be a pretty good game.
Here's the Titans chain right here. Now it's contaminated with Rona.
Okay.
And an L. But our chili pepper friend is
and an L.
with the squeaker of the week and the Titans.
He's going with the Titans. All right.
Attaboy.
This is one of the tougher ones to pick this week too.
I'm going with the Eagles, but I do think that in order for the Titans to win this game, they got to run the ball and run it well. Lean on that tractor, Cito.
Pete.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a different Titans team than the past. It's like usually we beat really good teams and we struggle against bad teams, but this year we can't beat good teams and we actually win against the bad teams. But I don't know. I was looking at the matchup. The Eagles, strength is their running offense, and the Titans' strength is their running defense. So that bodes well. But I just worry about Hurts running. I don't know if we can handle the running quarterback. That's a little scary. And then also the Eagles' weakness is their run defense, and the Titans, obviously like to run the ball. They have not been able to run the ball effectively the last couple of weeks, though. I think teams kind of picked up what Denver was doing, and they went to a bear front, and it's been giving the Titans struggles. And that's why they've been throwing it a lot better. That's just not obviously their strength. But it is December. This is Derrick Henry time. I'm going to trust my Titans here. I just have a feeling that they're going to pull this one out. It's going to be close, though.
Yeah, this is I thought the Jags, Lions, and this one. This one also was one of the tougher ones because the matchup side with the Titans, like Pete already said it, like the Titans could run the football very well. The Eagles, when they struggled against the Commanders, they even struggled a little bit against the Texans, and it was because the run games of those teams. So the Titans stopped the run, but a Hurts rush offense is a little different. But the Colts defense did a really good job stopping that run offense as well. God, this is tough. I think Eagles are at home.
Ben Jones being back is, I think, big for the Titans. I don't know. Their offensive line just looks lost without him. I think he should be good. He practiced at the end of last week, but still didn't clear concussion protocol. He should be good, though.
Danico Autry, how's he feeling?
I don't know. It sounds like I've been hearing like mixed things. He didn't practice all week last week, but I heard he's only going to miss a short amount of time. I just don't know if he's going to be back this week, though.
God, I'm just feeling the Titans in this game. I'm gonna take them. I picked against the Titans in what game was it? The Packers game, and I even said that the matchup favored the Titans while I was picking the Packers. It was kind of just I was like, Packers home, prime time, I got to go Packers, even though the matchup says Titans. And I just once again explained how the matchup favors the Titans. It's difficult for me to pick against them again here. So kind of just feeling the upset here.
You did pick the Bengals last week, too. You had it right.
He has a different matchup, though. Bengals pass. They don't really worry about the run. And I think you could pass on the Titans. Not like incredible at an incredible level, but you can. So, yeah, I'm feeling the Titans at this moment. So yeah, it should be an interesting game. Old Yeller is. I'm looking for it. The Titans are gonna somehow bully their way to a win.
Whoa.
We got 4 people with the Titans right now. Oh, that's all. That's everyone. 4-2. So only 2 people on the Eagles. Would you look at that? No, I don't think people were expecting that one. But this one,
be careful. Those fans like to throw piss.
Yeah, they might throw piss at us. Just a gut feeling. I think Derrick Henry has a day, and Eagles haven't been playing as good. I mean, they just gave up 33 points to the Packers. They were scoring even with Rodgers out. C.J. Gardner-Johnson's out now too. They're a little short at the safety position.
About that too.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling that Titans upset there. So a little bit of a surprise there on what everyone's picking. Wow. Next game we got okay.
I mean, the Ravens aren't anything special, but God, the Broncos are just terrible.
They're so bad. They're
They're tanking for Seattle.
Yeah, they're taking for Seattle.
Somebody make sure the champ picked champ of the week, even though he was second on the week, picked the Ravens.
Yeah, he's got Ravens.
Let's see what Yeller is. Ravens, if they can't hold off Russ in a comeback, they're in trouble. So that's what old Yeller had to say. So that's everyone. Does anybody have a story of the week? I didn't prepare one. No story? No story at the top of your head, just a short story?
Nothing. No,
we weren't prepared this week.
I'm going to defer to Dan.
I got no story.
We've been having a story every week. We blew it this week. I blame the Rona. The Rona got me. I'm a little off. We'll be back with the story next week. If anybody thinks of one during the rest of this video, go ahead. Go ahead. But yeah, I'm not picking the Broncos. I think I speak for everybody. I don't think we're picking the Broncos ever again this year.
No, yeah, I already said that
ever.
A couple weeks ago.
Ever again? Broncos and the new Falcons
again.
for you?
Mm-hmm. They're getting close.
Well, okay. Browns and Texans. Deshaun Watson is back, and he's playing his former team. And yeah,
weird.
it's I'm taking the Browns. Browns got a good momentum win against the Bucs last week, and now they got Deshaun Watson back, and now you got to be like,
we're all taking the Browns.
We're all taking the Browns?
Okay. Yeah.
I think Deshaun is going to struggle, but they're just going to run the shit out of the ball and still win.
Yeah, I think there we go. I think they're not even going to unleash Deshaun that much, and then they're going to look at
it's
it.
Not worth it.
And the Texans can't stop the run. Like, hey, we'll just run the ball. We'll just say knock the rust off a little bit of Deshaun. But what if he was just Russell Wilson? What if he just something like that happened? Yeah, what if he just was bad on a new team and just didn't make any sense at all? All right, so that's everyone for the Browns, right? Let me check old Yeller. It's just Browns. That's it. He has nothing else with that one. All right. Next game. Seahawks-Rams. Stafford could be shut down for the season, so we'll see if Perkins plays again. And Seahawks are on a 2-game losing streak. Defense is playing like doo. Offense turning the ball over, but they're still scoring a lot of points. But I'm still going to take the Seahawks because the Rams are a disaster.
I'm also taking the Seahawks.
I think we're all taking the Seahawks.
Yeah, I think it's a guarantee for the Seahawks.
Everybody for the Seahawks?
Besides our chili pepper friend.
Really? He's taking the Rams? All right,
he takes the Rams.
No, you didn't need the guarantee. You could have kept the guarantee.
Oh, I could have kept it?
I mean, really, yeah.
Okay,
The
yeah.
graphics guy could have kept it, Pete.
Yeah. He went with the Rams. Wild.
Maybe he knows something.
Maybe he knows something. Yeller just says Seahawks for that one as well. So there you have it for that one.
Wow.
We got a good one coming up, though.
Oh, maybe the game of the week
Oh.
here. Dolphins and 49ers. Mike McDaniel going against his old team here, coaching against his old team, and yeah, it should be a fun one. It's got pretty much you got the all offense with the Dolphins and all defense with the Niners, but both teams have the other side of the ball as well. But mainly they're a juggernaut on the side of the ball that I said there. So this should be a fun one here.
You know, old Yeller's got to go with Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. 49ers. Jimmy is not going to win this game. The defense will have to.
No.
I think Jimmy's got to score.
Jimmy,
They got to score, though. They're going to have to score some decent points, though. So Jimmy might have to go win this game, really. But he's taking the Niners. This is one that go either way for me because, have the Niners seen an offense like this recently? I guess you could say the Chargers. They were kind of beat up, though. But have the Dolphins seen a defense like this lately? So it's kind of back and forth there. It's in San Francisco. Big factor here for me, deciding factor. Teron Armstead, star left tackle. The Dolphins got injured last week. He's going to be out. That's a good pass rush to be missing your star tackle there. So I'm going to take the Niners. That is the main reason there.
I'm going to go ahead and take the Dolphins. I got to take them here. I got to take them. I mean, it's very hard. Like, this is one of those really tight games that you want to go home team, but I'm going with the higher powered offense. But it is going to be a true test coming up against the Niners defense. I'm excited to see it.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to see what Tua's got against the Niners defense. I have a feeling he's going to struggle. Just have a feeling about it. I don't know. So I'm going to go with the Niners here at home.
Okay.
I am also taking the Niners at home. I think you're going to see a heavy dose of Christian McCaffrey controlling that clock. I think this will be a high-scoring game, so 49ers definitely have to perform on the offensive side when it comes to throwing. Chili Pepper is also going with the Niners.
Wow, guys.
Lone Junior.
Whatever.
Lone Junior on the Dolphins. It can go either way, that's for sure. That's a good game. Can't wait to watch it. Can't wait. Next game. That's a good one as well.
Good one.
Chiefs and Bengals. The Bengals are getting hot. Chiefs are arguably the best team in football at the moment. Bengals are getting healthy right now as well with Jamar Chase, Joe Mixon coming back, even though P. Ryan's been fantastic for them. So yeah, and the Bengals, it's a revenge game for the Chiefs. The Bengals didn't allow the Titans to get their revenge game win. Now, will they stop the Chiefs from doing it as well? We'll see.
Give me the Chiefs.
Junior's taking Chiefs.
Taking the Chiefs. That's all I got.
Well, I like the Bengals, actually. I don't know. I was impressed with the Bengals. I mean, I think they just beat the Titans just straight up. There was nothing really else that happened. I thought they were just more physical than I expected they were going to be at the line of scrimmage. And I don't know. I think Mahomes kind of just struggles against the Bengals for some reason. I don't know what the deal is, and I think the Bengals kind of have the formula, like that physicalness that like the Titans usually have. The Titans gave Chiefs, some problems with Malik Willis at quarterback and went to overtime. I think obviously Joe Burrow, one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I think he's gonna put up points against that Chiefs defense.
Yeller is going with the Bengals as well. He says, will someone guard Kelsey, please? But he's taking the Bengals. I'm going to take the Chiefs. You talk about Mahomes struggled against the Bengals. Yeah, they blew that game in the AFC Championship game. The Bengals had a great game plan for stopping that pass offense of the Chiefs, but they just had they were rushing three for the most part, just dropping everyone in coverage. Can you do that right now, though? Is it worth doing it with no Tyreek Hill this time around? So does it kind of play with their heads a little bit? They're also beat up a little bit in the secondary, the Bengals, that is. So I'm just going to trust the Chiefs to get the job done here. They've been getting pretty decent pass rush as well, so that should come into play here. So I'm going to take Mahomes and the Chiefs, but it should be a fun game.
Our winner from last week is taking the Bengals, and I am taking the Chiefs.
Game of the week, good old split.
Wow.
Would you look at that?
Gotta respect it.
You gotta respect it.
Mhm.
Okay, next game.
All right.
Chargers, Raiders. Raiders are starting to heat up a little bit here. Josh Jacobs really getting going. He's dealing with a little bit of an injury, though, but I'm guessing he'll play. Chargers' run defense is sus. They're very much sus. That Jacobs could have a day on the ground against him. I think Herbert and the Chargers' offense, back with Keenan Allen back, obviously, the last couple of weeks, and then they can have a day against the Raiders' defense as well, though. This is one I could see going either way, just because that run game factor that sides with the Raiders. But I'll take the Chargers still. I think Herbert has a monster game here.
Yeah, I like the Chargers too. Bolt up.
Bolt up, dog.
All right, Peyton Jr. for the Chargers. That's
Me
not
and the Chili Pepper. Chili Pepper's going with the Chargers. You're good.
all right.
You're good.
He's good over there.
As well as I am. This might be a guarantee.
Might be a guarantee. Okay, let's see. Let's see what Old Yeller's got for us.
Ooh, what does he got for us? Ooh. Oh.
Says Chargers don't think Jacobs can do that 2 weeks in a row. Well, he might because that run defense is really bad and it's beat up too. So he might do it, but he's a little shaken up. I saw after last week, but surprised no one went Raiders. I thought about it because if the Raiders come out and pound the football and just keep the ball out of Herbert's hands, like control the clock, just a big factor there. It's just like the easy. If you're that bad stopping a run, it's usually difficult to win any ball game. But Chargers are talented enough to find the ways sometimes. But everyone for the Chargers there. Should be an interesting one. See if the Raiders can just keep rolling here. That'll be interesting if they win again. Colts and Cowboys. What is this? This is Sunday Night Football?
Right.
Jesus Christ.
Alrighty.
Okay. What's the champ? Champ's got the Cowboys, I'm guessing.
He's confirmed.
Well, same thing here, though. Cowboys got a real good defense, but they struggle a little bit to stop the run. It's how they lost to the Packers. Jonathan Taylor maybe could have a day against the Cowboys, and they do play some pretty decent defense, so maybe they slow them down. The Cowboys just got too much. They're going to get after Matt Ryan. They're going to make plays in the secondary. They're going to score not a crazy amount, but they're going to score points on offense. They got some guys. Cowboys.
Wow.
2 strip sacks by Micah Parsons.
2 strip sacks, he says.
Wow.
On it.
All right. Okay, here we go. Saints and Bucks, Monday Night Football. Battle for the
gosh, can't trust either of these teams.
Battle for the NFC South. I mean, everybody's alive still. The Saints, the Bucks, the Panthers, and the Falcons. And yes, everyone's alive. They're bad. So it's a big game. Is basically my point here. Tristan Wirfs, Jr. is going Bucks.
I can't overthink this one.
Don't want to overthink it. I don't want to overthink it, so I'm going to go with the Saints.
Oh,
Tristan Wirfs is out. That's their best offensive lineman. The offensive line hasn't been good anyways. The Saints are going to get after Tom Brady. I just don't. And the Bucs kind of shut themselves down on top of it. We saw against the Browns. Saints defense played very well against 49ers. Their offense just couldn't really execute, and they got screwed with an Olave drop, even though he caught it last week. Even though I'm not saying they would have won the game or anything, but they could have. That's if I pick the Bucs, I think I'm overthinking it, and the Saints are going to get pressure because again, the Bucs offense line's beat up. I think I saw Camaro's questionable for unnamed reason, so if Camaro doesn't play, I probably switch to the Bucs though, but because that's a big factor. I could see a guy like that making that extra big play there to win the game. So I've picked the Saints randomly in a couple big games this year, and they've let me down big time. I think the last one actually was a Monday night at Baltimore. Or was that home? Was that in New Orleans? That might have been in New Orleans there, actually. But anyway, they let me down. So don't let me down this time, Saints. But I think they have a very good defensive outing and win this game.
Over
I think
under
you
how
put
many
the Saints
punches,
helmet
John?
I'm not putting the Saints helmet on.
Over under how many punches?
How many? Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, every time.
3.
3? Oh, that's
3
It's a good
punches
one.
thrown.
Taking the over. Taking the
Taking
over.
the over.
I like the Saints though too. I mean, usually
Did I hear
they give the
Dan go with the
Bucs
Saints?
trouble.
I think as well, right? Or am I hearing that wrong?
I think you heard that, but you convinced me I am going to take the Saints.
Okay. Pete has the Saints. Yep.
Yes, the Saints usually give the Bucs trouble, and yeah, I mean all the stuff you said too. Tristan Wirfs out is pretty bad. Just hopefully Dalton doesn't blow the game here.
Yeller's going with the Bucks. He says, again, I don't know why I keep picking them, but the Saints are worse. What's the Pepper going with?
He's going with the Bucks.
Pepper needs new shorts. It's a game of the week there. It's good old split. All right, good old fashioned split there.
Woo.
We're lucky this week. We didn't have everyone's lucky. No story. We were unprepared, but there is a bye of the week, the bye team of the week, the bye teams of the week. Panthers and Cardinals, 2 teams on the byes. Who's everyone going for except for Pete for winning the bye week?
Both these teams blow. I'm not voting.
You're not voting, okay.
I'm not voting.
I demand a recount.
Recount. Who are you going with, Junior?
I'm taking the. I don't think either of them win the bye week. You know,
The Panthers just
2
won a
boring
game last
teams.
week.
this is rough. Let's go bye
Probably
week.
the
Let's get to the Cardinals. Kyler Murray can get on that camel grind on Call of Duty. Really
Oh, you got me. I didn't know what to go with, but you got me. Yeah, he has like it's okay if he plays Call of Duty this week, I think. So,
right.
He's
got to figure out a situation. He should not be playing Call of Duty.
What do you mean, dude?
He's blown.
They're a little beat up though. The
man.
Panthers, like I don't know if you want help. I don't know. Like I think some of those fans don't want to win games, and they're winning games, and I guess I could argue the Panthers, like while they're still in the race for the. I think most fans they probably want to win that division if it's still an opportunity to. So you get to rest this week while the Saints and the Bucks play each other on Monday Night Football. So you could argue. I convinced myself I'll go with the Panthers for that reason. Good old fashioned split there between me and Junior.
Game of the week.
Game of the week. Let's see. Old Yeller, winner of the bye week, Cardinals. This will give them time to fire dumbass Dingleberry. Oh, boy.
Get him out of here.
Dumbass Dingleberry. So, yeah, that's what Old Yeller went with. And now it's time for Pete's favorite fat asses of the week.
Is Dan up there? He doesn't have one?
He wasn't picking one.
I'm a no vote. Plus
Old Yeller actually has some fat asses of the bye week first. Cardinals, Lecky Fotu, D tackle, 6'5", 330. Yeah, he's their nose tackle. And for the Panthers, we got a big one. Marquand McCall, 6'3" at a whopping 380. Nose tackle.
Oh my God.
That's a big boy.
By the way,
Those are big boys.
Old Yeller also says, by the way, McCall is only 4 pounds lighter than the fattest fat ass in the NFL. So is there somebody fatter? Apparently.
Wow.
Those are really good picks right there. I don't know if Pete can top that. We'll see.
Oh, I don't think so. These are 2 boring teams here.
Give him to us.
I'm gonna go with the young rookie for the Panthers here.
Ikem Ekwonu?
Yeah, I'm gonna go Ekwonu, 6'4", 320 out of NC State. And for the Cardinals, even though he's on IR, I got to go with old reliable Rodney Hudson, 6'2", 315.
Oh, Rodney Hudson.
Oh, yeah.
Old reliable, but he hasn't really been. He missed games last year, and he's missed a whole lot this year.
Yeah, but he was always good.
He was always Pete's favorite badass. He was always Pete's favorite.
All right, so there you have it. Ikem Ekwonu and Rodney Hudson is Pete's favorite fat asses of the week. And we had a big boy this week, too. Marquand McCall, 380 pounds. Wow.
The unit.
Absolute unit. All right, so that's going to wrap up the Rona Pick'ems. Had a hell of a time over Zoom. We'll be back. We should be back to normal next week, unless I gave somebody Rona through the Zoom call here, and then then we can't do it again for some reason. It's just pure gibberish. We should be good to go next week. Full NFL coverage here, so check out that channel. Check out the recent videos. Like, subscribe, turn notifications on. Check out all those links pinned in the comments. That'd be very useful. Follow our Twitter. You know the drill. That's going to do it. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Goodbye.